and welcoming you. Hi, Dirk. Hi, Marcy, to this beautiful day, this Mother's Day message. So wherever you are, whoever you're with, and whatever you're experiencing, I hope that you're experiencing the love that is present for you within this little community of the Growing Edge Live tribe that gathers every Sunday. So, welcome. So glad that you're here. Today, my talk is live in the center of your own gravity. Live in the center of your own gravity. Each of us has a center, a spark within us. I like to think of it as a divine spark, our true self, that spark that the universe has placed within us, God has seeded within us, and each of us are unique expressions of this one divine energy. We're part of this beautiful oneness, this divine masterpiece of life. And when we wake up to that, when we have a realization that we're more than this mind and this body and this stuff, this family, this life, this personality, that we're more than all that, that we're that and a lot more, that we have a unique essence, a spark of life, something that is ineffable, that we, with our human brain, it's difficult to grasp the enormity of this greater reality, our greater being, our presence. But we know it's there because we can look at our lives, we can look at ourselves in the mirror, we can see what we've attracted, what we've created, what our life is looks like and feels like, and the people and the family. We can see all of that, and it's very real. And we can also pay attention to what we're thinking, and we know that we've been thinking ever since we can remember. And so in this way, we're both a physical being and a mental being, where we have this physical body and we have a brain that supports us in navigating this realm, this physical reality, this earthly realm. But all of that is out there. And there's something within us, a witnessing presence, that knows that we're more than all of that, that we are something that is observing all of that, a witnessing presence. And this is what the yogis, the teachers, the spiritually enlightened ones have taught us throughout the millennia, throughout the decades, that there is something more, there is something greater, and that we are to give that attention. So there's been movements around the world, faith traditions that have risen up out of this notion of something more. And so all around the globe, people are understanding that there's something, there's a God, there's a creative force, there's an energy. And we in our various cultures have created form and substance and religions to be able to go somewhere, to visit with a tribe of people, a community, a congregation that has like thoughts and beliefs and faith in something greater, in this God presence. And some of us don't go to church. We don't conform to a structure of religiosity, but we still know that there's something more. Maybe you're one of those people that has moved away from religion and taken a more solo approach of looking for God within. And so if we get seduced thinking God or that greater something is within a church or within a form or within, maybe we don't believe in, maybe we're atheist, but we have given our power away to our physical items, those things that we've acquired, our fame, our fortune, our family, and we give them that God status. And so all we're doing is working for something other than our true essence, this God self within. And then those things outside of ourselves have a pull, a gravitational pull to them, because gravity is that force that brings things, draws things to it. So when you think of spiritual gravity, it's whatever we as spiritual aspirants, seekers, whatever it is that we give power to, that we claim as being our source, our supply, then that has a pull to it. So when we wake up, when we're self-realized, when we know that there's only one thing happening, and that we meet our God within ourselves, and within ourselves is love and beauty and vibrancy and power and strength and abundance and grace and creativity. And when we know that all of that is within us, it's within me, it's within you, it's within every sentient being. When we turn the gaze inward, then our gravitational pull is towards those divine qualities of love and beauty and essence and creativity. And we begin to see that we don't need to become seduced by the outside world. We don't have to get seduced by the thought forms in our mind and think those things have greater power over us than the love of God within us. When we're seduced to look outside of ourselves, we become so confused. That's when we try and manipulate things on the outside. We think that the acquisition of things is going to fill us up. We don't realize that to become full, we just need to turn our glance around and realize we're already full. We couldn't get any fuller. God's love is filling us and brimming over. And then we've just become a conduit. And we become a conduit to allow God's grace, God's love, divine flow, universal energy, the divine mother flow of energy to move through us. We just become a conduit that's just letting it flow. And so, just like the Greek myth of Narcissus, and Narcissus gazed into the lake, and there he saw his image, and he was so enamored, so in love with his physical image that he was paralyzed. And that's what happens to us. We get so enamored by the world outside of us, all the shiny things, all of those things that our ego says might be our source, might be our good. We need to go there, get approval there, seek praise there, fill our cup that way, and we begin to lose our real face, the face of the divine, our true essence and nature, which is God, ourself, our natural, beautiful essence, our truth. And so when we awaken, as we start to be constantly aware of our true identity as a divine presence, as an individual aspect of God's love and beauty on this earth, we begin to have the idea that I'm enough. I don't need things on the outside to be any different than they are. Everything can be just as it is, because I'm already fed and fueled by this renewable source that is constantly renewing itself through me, as the divine presence that all of us are, that all of us live, move, and have our being in. The circumference of it is nowhere, and the center of it is everywhere. So when we have this realization, we then live at the center of our own spiritual gravity. We begin to see that we're constantly right where we are, that we have exactly what we need, that we can tune in to our own inner resources, we can think more positively, we can begin to build up our strength by knowing that we're constantly supported by God's love, and we don't need to have anything on the outside world fulfill us, because everything comes and goes. Everything is temporary, but there's one constant, and that is God, and that is the love and the light and the wisdom and the caring and the grace of God that carries us always. And all we need do is get quiet. Try it today. Go for a walk and just be with nature. Be quiet in the stillness of God's beauty. And there you will fill your cup. You will feel the ever present, ever available, ever givingness of spirit. And that is grace. And each of us is carried by grace all the time. Grace is, I love this definition, it's God infusing itself into our lives in spite of ourselves. So in spite of all of our foibles, all of our weaknesses, all of our strengths, grace carries us. But the only thing is, we need to let go. We need to let go and let grace carry us. Because when our little mind, when our grasping and clinging and trying to achieve mind takes over, then we can mess things up. Now, we have that determination and that will and that ambition. Of course, it's part of being human. But there's a greater force, a greater gravitational pull that you and me and we can rely on, and that is God. And so as we simply remember, it's a both and. We as individual beings with our ability to do and to be and to have, we have all of that going for us, but we also have this constant steady force that is our true foundation and our true nature, and that is God's grace. And so today on Mother's Day, I just offer you these thoughts, these truths, and I trust that you allow these truths to bring you into a place of sovereignty, into a place of knowing that you are enough, that you have everything within you. You have the ability to think inspiring, creative thoughts. You have the ability to love and let that love flow out into your world at all times. You get to forgive and let go of those things that are hindering that love. Release what's not serving you. And simply succumb to the gravity of your spiritual nature. Come home to the truth of who you are. You get to choose that every minute, every moment, every day. So, thank you for being here today. We here at Growing Edge Live, inspired by Satya, have a team of practitioners that will support you in whatever you're trying to achieve or trying to heal from or release and let go of. You can contact us, and one of our practitioners would be happy to support you in helping you with whatever you're struggling with or whatever you're growing into or whatever you're giving birth to in your life, whatever beautiful project you're working on. So I'm going to close with a prayer, a special Mother's Day blessing. So thank you again for being here. And you can go to our website at growingedgelive.com if you'd like to share a donation to support this ministry. We also appreciate that. And Venmo at Satya Center, SatyaCenter. So thanks for your financial donations and thanks for your loving support, because that's really what this is all about. It's us coming together as human beings and sharing love and sharing wisdom and sharing our care and our support for one another. So here we go. So closing the outer eyes and tuning in to the one life, the one presence, the one universal beauty that is a constant, and simply letting go and surrendering into the arms and the mind and the heart of God now. And I trust and know that wherever you are right now, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're celebrating, let us know that together we are stronger. And together we are lifted up in this awareness that God is for us. It's always with us. It's operating through us. And we simply relax into God's grace. And we are buoyed up in this effervescent, gravitational pull of love and beauty and joy. And I speak a blessing on all beings. May we all remember the beauty of who we are. May we all remember that love gave form to us, that each and every one of us has a mother, whether we know that being or not. And so let us give thanks for that mother that gave birth to us. And let us give thanks for all the mothers, for every person that has loved us, male or female, that has given us that motherly love and that kindness and that attention, that has seen us and loved us unconditionally. Thank you. And so I share this blessing, knowing that it is done, that it is so, that we are blessed. Humanity is blessed by the mother energy, by Divine Mother. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I release this prayer knowing that it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Peace and blessings to you. Goodbye. Have a great Mother's Day. And go outside and see Mother Nature in all her glory. Bye-bye.